Okay, welcome in, guys. Feathered friends of all kinds. We have a bird up here making some pretty interesting calls. There it goes. There it goes. It's not trapped anymore. Overcoming some kind of fear. Realizing that, you can walk right out of those swords. Those thoughts of the past. So, I'm recording this on the day of the black moon in Virgo, and I was looking at my occult calendar, and so today is actually, oh crap, yesterday it's the sun in Virgo and the new moon, the dark new moon in Virgo. Now, I don't believe in coincidences. I know it, I've seen it, I've experienced it. The eclipse in September is in Virgo. The South Node is in Virgo. There is a lot of, it's just going to be, God, I don't even know how to say this. This is like the Antichrist coming out and people realizing that a majority of the masses have been worshiping the Antichrist and limiting themselves and binding themselves. That's that Eight of Swords and the moon in reverse that first came out. And then look at this, the sun's wanting to poke out. And I was just talking about the Virgo sun, or the sun going into Virgo yesterday. And today is the Virgo new moon, black moon, which only happens every 33 months. Again, 33, occult. They don't own, I need people to understand, excuse me. Oh, I didn't bring my water. I need people to understand that the occult, the Masons, these hidden societies, they don't own the numbers. They were there before they laid claim to them. The Masonic ground, the checkered floorboard, I know this for a fact, that's where you can go and meet your higher self. This is not, and this is only from my perspective. I know that there's multiple truths, and if your truth is different from what I'm saying, believe in your truth. Do not take what I'm saying. The ultimate goal is to know that you have the answer, that you are being guided, and that other people are most likely not going to understand, and that's okay. We're building a society, that's the whole goal, of non-judgment, and just seeing, people in power with a lot of money, if they're blessed in that way, contributing and helping those who are less fortunate, and those who are less fortunate and maybe abundant in love and caring, natural caregivers who are just give. There can be a reciprocity of commingling these energies for participation, collaboration. It's it's so the scales can be even, you guys, instead of it constantly being back and forth. There could be a level out. It's like creating order from chaos. And I love cumulus clouds so much. You guys, I have a fascination with the big puffy cumulus clouds where you can see the silhouette. There's the cicadas, beautiful stuff. With all this Virgo energy, the analytical, and it being swung to the other side of the uncertain, more dreamy, intuitive energy with the North Node and Pisces, I mean, there's a lot of trust that people need to heal within themselves so that they're in a receiving mode for this energy. I really need some water, man. Yeah. I'm gonna be right back. I went a little fast. Also, September 22nd is the autumn equinox, if anybody wants to know. And then next week is Moon in Libra, Moon in Scorpio, Moon in Sagittarius. I would really invest in getting one of these and just making little notes like what was your mood? Make a smiley, make an emoji. And you can go and backtrack. Like when you start making these logs, the intention behind it, it does things. It does things that we can't even explain or connect yet because everything is connected. There's not one thing that isn't connected or relevant to another thing. And it's so difficult for me to put into articulate my words to explain what I mean, because it's the feeling and experience of it, of being connected to everything, realizing there is consciousness in every single thing. We are in spirit. We are within spirit. Like, think of spirit as having a baby in its belly, and spirit's all black and void. But in that belly, oh, dragonfly, in that belly is the light, the cosmos, where things come into matter and form. And we pull things from mother, from the dark void, swimming through the void, pulling things into form here in the divine, like, masculine. But we forget that divine feminine is very essential. I don't know where we're going with the spirit, but I can feel your strong intent. She's hurt. She's been ignored for a long time, you guys. Just like you've been ignored. Haven't been heard or seen for who you truly are. All the illusions and masks and people trying to convince you that you're wrong. It's amazing. We're very complex, but we're also very, very simple. I'm watching this tiny little bug run all over the moon card. Okay, I'm coming back. Center. Oh yeah, I was describing we are in spirit, like we're not so we can't go nowhere. There's nowhere we can go, guys. We're all here. We're here. We are here. We are here. Horton hears a who could be significant. Yeah, watch it fills you with love. It makes you feel very loving and like childlike, and like you just want to run around and spread the love, spread the joy. That's what you're doing, or that's what you're about to be doing. There's going to be a lot of people that don't like it, and it's about not rubbing it in their face, because a lot of people are still working from ego, so they're going to take that beautiful, innocent, pure energy, and that's what happens as children. People take the innocence and like the eye contact, they miscommunicate a lot of these signs, taking advantage of situations because children are so potent in a certain type of energy. They're very susceptible to those are weak-minded and don't know how to control themselves. They like to party and have regrets, and yeah. Some people are addicted to those emotions, and by understanding that you're not meant to fix everybody and you're just meant to pick up your cup and keep moving, because as you heal, you're actually healing thousands, if not millions of people. You're helping Mother Gaia ascend, and that's what I'm coming to the realization. Like, the more you get, like, I thought I wanted to be a healer and do Reiki. I got mastered. I took all the classes and everything, and I couldn't understand why the hesitation. Like, I understand divine timing, and I had healing to do before I could treat others, but at the same time, it wasn't a passion, if that makes sense. Like, I felt like it was spiritual bypassing. And then I even ran into examples at the park, at the river, and I was like, okay, if everybody's a mirror and this is the energy that's coming into me right now, then I have that somewhere in me, or I have a problem with that energy somewhere in me. Like, and it took time, because I'm like, I didn't know what to do with it at first. Like, at first it's denial, like, oh no, I'm not that way. I'm not like that. Am I? Am I that way? And then you start actually reflecting and taking self-inventory and finding out and self-examining yourself. That's why, like, even making these videos, I've grown so much. Like, I used to be so cringed by myself making a video, watching the video, rewatching the video, and I was like, man, if I don't feel this good watching myself, why would other people? And so it's been this constant inner exploration. Maybe this is something you should do, and go into the, like, the intention for me. That's why I feel like I'm being guided to start a different channel, because the intention was from an ego place. But I also, it wasn't all from an ego. It was like, I wanted to share, I wanted to do this, I was really excited, but I still had a lot of growing to do, and I was still going through the dark night of the soul, and it was like a trick. Has anybody seen Rick and Morty with the fear hole? You think you're out of it, you're done, you completed, but you're still in it. You're still in it. Oh man, I love this. I love it though. It's so beautiful and complex, and just love. Love. Oh, yeah. I could rant, man. If I had another energy in front of me, the things that come out of my mouth, yeah, happiness, just pure bliss and joy, and what people need to hear. Yeah. Maybe you should trust the love you've been given to dish out without the fear, because you are full. Oh man. Okay, so everything is a lesson. Like, when we're interacting with our children, like, this is what I find really funny. When people pray and they need an answer to something, they ignore their responsibilities. Like, I've done it. It's no bashing. It's a process. But, and sometimes it's actually required. Maybe not doing the laundry, doing the dishes. But when we do those things, when we're keeping our body preoccupied, that's when source. It's lessening the resistance up here, focusing more in the body, and then we get our insights. And then if we pay attention, yeah. And same thing with the kids. Like, if something happens with the kid, there's just, the opportunities are in the mundane. It's in the everyday things. So if we're asking for manifestations, if we're asking for answers to be revealed, it's in the mundane. We have to put it out there, disconnect. Okay, do I need to do dishes? Do I need to do laundry? It's not gone yet, but I just cut the deck on the Eight of Pentacles. It's the work here in the 3D. It's the opportunities and seeing the little beautiful miracles in the everyday. And we need reminders. We have to remind each other, like, to stay present and remember to be grateful, disconnect. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have lost a lot in your life, and healing that was a process, but it's helped you learn how to detach in a very healthy way. Like, I can now come outside and I'm completely whole without any of my stuff, knowing that if anything were to happen, I'm gonna be okay. I'm okay. What, rain or shine, come rain or shine, I'm gonna be just fine. And I'm teaching my son that resilience, so he doesn't, like, if he really loves a toy but he has a friend over, like, he's willing to just give it up, because he knows he gets as he gives. And it's a very good reciprocity to have. And because if we hold on to things very, very tightly, they're going to be pulled from us in very uncomfortable ways. So staying present in the doing the dishes, doing the laundry. I would always make excuses, or I'm like, oh, do it later. Like, I just don't really want to. But now I look at it, I'm like, I'm standing here. I have the time. It's only, like, I can cook him lunch or us lunch and do this, and it'll be done in the process. And I used to do it in a different way. But now I've learned to, like, work with the time, and instead of standing at the stove and being in my head, I switch it over to, okay, I can tackle these dishes and get the sink clean, so that I feel more clear. And it's taken a long while, I'm not gonna lie. And it's those small things that have a huge difference in our overall health. But we also get answers at that time. Whether it's something that happens with the dishwasher or your kid coming up needing something, don't get frustrated, don't get irritated. Give your full attention, turn everything off, focus on one thing at a time, because there's magic there. There's a sign there. There's an answer there in everything. And it's actually, it's magical. Exactly. It's expansive. It's so expansive. It brings a whole change of perspective, of view on the seeds that you've planted. You know, I used to think, oh my God, what have I done with my life? And then now I can look back and I really followed my intuition. I am so proud of myself. I feel like you need to be super proud of yourself. And if you're not, I am. Because just by you being here and listening to this, I know exactly where you come from. And it wasn't easy. And it took a long time. This was a long time investment. I'm hearing the long con. You were the long con. They had no idea who you actually were. You were cloaked. You were building energy. This wand energy, this wand and water and fire energy, as well as all the fixed signs. You changed some kind of energy that has been there for a very, very, very long time. Just by you overcoming and being like, okay, yeah, I've been betrayed. They did this, they did that. You became emotionally detached, and everything is fine. What was I saying earlier? Everything's fine. Thanks, Spirit. Oh, God. The angles of light are in the house. Everything is fine. It just wants to be out here, I guess. Just to let you know that everything's fine. You're moving to a more chill way of existing. Your mind, the clatter is dissipating. There was a lot of lessons that had to be learned before this Virgo season. And all these major shifts, expunges, dissolving energy. Again, Knight of Swords. So that you could go into situations that you were being asked and guided to go to with confidence, but also like your Excalibur, your empowerment, knowing who you are, but also humility. Humility. As in not needing to show that you have a higher rank. It's like when you know it, there's really no point in even flaunting it anyway. It's just, it's literally pointless. It would mean that you have more healing to do in your ego. So, and hey, I was there not too long ago. You haven't gotten any kind of communication about something yet. I feel like you just recently overcame a new fear. Yeah. So it's not time for somebody. Maybe either it's not time to be all lovey-dovey and soft yet. Maybe you still need to have this sword up. But you are moving to calmer waters because you're, just dial it back. And maybe a little bit softer eyes. See things a little softer now that you know your power. Now that you understand you can overcome all obstacles, and those were just trials and tribulations to add to your resume within spirit. It built a very strong confidence to be able to navigate these troubled waters of betrayal. When they come up, you can emotionally detach because you have reached your true fulfillment. This Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the confidence in yourself, the reassurance you give yourself, self-assurance. Thank you, Spirit. But you haven't got some kind of communication from maybe an expected partner. Hold on. That's new. Because we have Six of Cups in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. There might have been a gathering that happened recently somebody was supposed to go to and they didn't go because of a third party. That sucks. Yikes. I don't think you knew about this. Because the Eight of Wands is in reverse. You didn't have any kind of communication about this. Yeah, the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Cups. Like, over it. Somebody's over it. They didn't even take the offer. I don't know. Somebody's revved up. Yikes. I can't even see the screen, so I just hope it's pointed there. Dude, this tree is so pretty. It's like a big Brussels sprout. Or Brussels sprout, I meant broccoli. Brussels sprout. So why is there no communication with this King of Cups? Because they're holding something back. They're not very courageous when it comes to their emotions. Ooh, those darn emotions. Energy and motion. Emotion. I have a feeling there might be some energy stuck in this person's body. Somatic therapy could be very helpful. Dance, get them to do some convulsive shaking. Oh man. Oh, okay. 2 of Cups in reverse. Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, so it was kind of the challenge again. So it's a challenge to bring harmony, to connect, for partnership, for relationship, or this is you. I mean, take it as it resonates. But there's the King of Wands. Somebody in their fire energy. The 8 of Wands in reverse. The King of Cups is what's needed. They're overcoming some kind of loss. Ooh. So they thought they had it. They thought they had a wish fulfillment here with the Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups in reverse, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, man. So they're like resting and recovering, meditating, going over it, reflecting, recovering. Like, yeah, again, this is them or this is you. Getting grounded, checking their pentacles, mind, body, soul, spirit. They're about to let go of control of some kind of burdens that they're realizing isn't theirs, which is going to create an Ace of Wands situation, a spark, creativity, raw energy. But here's that 4 of Cups and the Hangman. Hold on. Oh. They might actually reflect over their regrets, things that maybe they didn't make the best choices in the past and it left them in an emotional situation where they had to like recover and heal and go through that whole shenanigan. And then the Hangman, and then the Queen of Cups. And I feel like you're this Queen of Cups because it's the Knight. Queen, yeah. But you're also water and fire. But you also know how to move. You know how to stand in your feminine energy. Ooh, yeah, you know what it's like to overcome these mental strifes. But what's with this Hanged one? Either they're becoming enlightened, which the Hangman can signify, or they're realizing that they have to make a sacrifice in order to come towards you. Or again, this is you. You realize that you need to make a sacrifice in order to move forward. The High Priestess. Hold on, I want to see more on this hanged one. Hang one. Page of Cups. An immature emotional state. They need to upgrade. They need to be the king instead of the page. So they got some growing up to do. So they need to let go of this 4 of Cups. They need to let go of the pity party of the past that they're reflecting on. Maybe a past relationship or situation. But that was there for a reason. To show you, like, to prepare this person for you, or you for them. Take it as it resonates. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know about this. Okay. Let's see. The star. They're healing this. They're healing their page ways. And they're upgrading. They want to be a king. So you both have the intention to come at this with the right intentions. So I feel like this is a confirmation to let you know that yes, you're out of the Eight of Swords. You overcame all these past consciousnesses, past versions of yourself. Okay. Very loud truck. When I look down, waiting for this truck to go by, yes, the star is here. Healing, hope. That's like after the tower, letting things fall, like after the Four of Cups, the sacrifice, creating this new spark, because spark has to come from either heat or cold. There has to be a buildup. It can't be from indifference. Somebody needs to be like, hey, I'm fed up. I'm done. And that's what you did. That's what they did. That's why you coming into an alignment. Missed opportunity for the devil. For some kind of binding contract whenever I look down. What was this contract? I'm kind of interested. Whoops. I heard moving and then beep beep. I don't know what that's about. Devil in reverse. That's what I'm talking about, mother. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody, and I just put that down on the Four of Cups. So what I saw was like somebody refused an offer, a binding contract, a binding offer. They're like, no, well, if I got to be out there rather than in here, I'm going to go out there and trust God. I'm going to trust myself to be discerning and know what is for me and what is not for me. And I'm going to take this leap. And it's like, you wow people. They will never tell you that. They will never tell you that. They will watch secretly. And be like, how do you do that? How do you do that? You star, you beautiful thing. You dancing around the devil in the contracts just like, hee hee hee. I'm winning anyway because I'm a Six of Wands. And I just like to dance. Oh my God, this cumulus cloud is like orgasmic. Oh God, I love them so much. I just love them so much. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, what was I even getting at? Something not being put to an end. Wait. I don't even know what I was asking, Spirit. Death and the Hierophant came in the reverse. Somebody doesn't want to end some kind of false tradition. Oh, that's what the binding contract is. Thank you. Death and the Hierophant. And again, I'm sorry, I can't see my screen. It's so bright out here. Death in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. Old traditions, old ways of viewing the world. They're stuck on fear, being chained to, you know, the dark ages. Everybody's waking up and realizing that they are their own expression of the divine. And that thank you, they control their reality. You control your reality. And there's some people that cannot handle this. And I am so sorry to tell you this, but the Six of Wands also talks about a girl or a son, a daughter, or something like fed up, like so over it here with the Four of Cups, like so over the way that their family or the people they're around aren't willing to evolve and expand. So they're like, I know I have the key. This is somebody that's willing to like cut ties with everything to stand in their truth with the divine and with spirit. And remain curious and deliver the truth with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. All right, so let me see. What is with this? That's okay. Truth. truth. But it also, whenever it was like this and it was flipping, in my mind it was, they're confused. Yeah, they're confused. It's a challenge. The truth is a challenge for these individuals, this individual, and this is just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, I don't know what else to say to that. They don't know how to close this cycle out. There's so much in their mind. Yeah. Oh, I heard that. I heard a buzz. What truth is hard to handle? Their spirit, that you're the emperor, that their authority isn't going to work anymore. About power, the truth about the power, the truth about where the power lies in the people, in their minds and their hearts, and what they believe and what they've been convinced is the truth is actually a lie. Yeah, a lie. Fake love. There's no love in that cup. Just, I used to wonder why when I went into any church. That's why during my awakening, Spirit would not let me step foot in a church. Even though all the signs, they even put it in the Bible, that people have their awakening and then they go straight to religion because of the lies that they put in there, and instead of explaining the full truth. And I guess it was from a past life, or just my ancestors, my blood, and what I've experienced in my life and all the different religions I've been through. I cried. I can't stop crying. There's just a lot of demons. There's a lot, and I mean demons in the sense of like not evil. Again, it's just unripe. They're hurt. They're hurt. They don't know how to handle their emotions and what they're going through to process this, because they're led by people that are blind, and it's very sad. It's very sad for my soul. And I knew that wasn't where it was at. So it breaks my heart to see people misled. When their solar plexus comes online and they get the messages of Son of God. And yes, Jesus, there's been many people in our ancestry and lineage that have awoken and remembered that they are God. God is within them. God is outside of them. God is everything. Instead of the worship and you can never be like that. In reality, it's those who want to equalize and be like, oh, you're not above anybody else. In reality, especially when the children are young, they are our teachers, and people don't want to accept that. They think since they're older they should know more. In reality, it's the opposite. This is backwards world. Everything is the reverse. Anything mainstream, go to the polar opposite. Find the polar opposite and investigate that first. Anything they told you is woo-woo, not real, fake, most likely that's where your power is, that's where your truth is, that's where you're going to find that you're connected back to the real reality of what this was built to be, our paradise. Yeah. Slow growth. I mean, it's going to take some time, but planting seeds over watching your growth. This, Seven of Pentacles right here. It was tying into this. Like, you planted so many seeds, this long life of tying all the loose ends, bringing all these pentacles together, because we have the 7, we have the 8, or the Knight with his 1, and then the 7 creating an 8, which is creating mastery, which leads to your 9, which leads to your 10. But I feel like your 10 is already with you because it's your ancestors. The true abundance is having the power and the sustainability to deal and handle any situation that comes your way with love and grace and compassion. That way you're not creating more karma for people who are unhealed, who none of us deserve it. They don't deserve it. In hindsight, they're working from lies and they don't even know it, It's like, and we can't have pity on them. It's more, but it is a little bit of pity because they're unconscious. They know not what they do. People have no idea what they're actually doing. And a spiritual sense, and how they're signaling the universe and creating their reality in the way that they are. Wow, that was a rant, Spirit. Beautiful. I'm here for it. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Again, all these pentacles that belong to you because of all this work and all the past lives actually that you accumulated. you are meant to have riches in this life, and it is a challenge for you to receive all of this, because in your past lives you gave up everything. You gave up everything and led a very spiritual life. Like, as in Virgo, think of whoever you want to think of, whoever resonates with you, whoever first pops into your mind. That's going to be the deity, the story, the god, the goddess, the Messiah, whoever it is for you. Or there's multiple. I see a V or a Roman numeral 5 in the sky. I also see an elephant, but I love seeing it. And a llama. Ooh. Oh, look at you. I love it. More pentacles, all these pentacles, 2 of pentacles, page of pentacles, 7 of pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So you stepping into you're calling in everything. You're calling in the pentacles, your wealth. It's like you are so fed up and you're just like, I don't need to go out and prove my point and become this great blah, blah, blah. I'm already great. I'm so over it. I'm so over like the competition and having to swing. It's like you're ready to just exist and have everything flow to you in the most beautiful, elegant, graceful way. Foresight to see the signs of energies that you will be coming into contact with, fully understanding your energy and when others' energies are coming into yours and what to do, your spiritual hygiene, passing on knowledge to those so that they won't be duped by this deception, by these lies. It's like, all right, Spirit, I'll shut up. Overcoming hurt and truth, being able to accept the truth. People have a huge challenge, that fixed sign, all those fixed signs with the Wheel of Fortune, changing their old beliefs. If it doesn't line up with their beliefs, they're like, no. Now, if they're willing to change, that's different. If they're willing to see things from a different perspective, if they really honestly want the truth and they're willing to accept the truth, it'd be different. Man. And how to defend yourself when people are throwing false narratives and it's just a lot of adversity. You know how to overcome adversity and have your head held high. 777 on the license plate right here. And we have 777. Somebody is 37 or turning 37. Happy birthday. Yeah, you've been through a whole hell of a lot. Fire and air, man. This was like discrimination to the max. And you didn't even deserve it. It was like they ran with some kind of deception that somebody else laid out. They didn't even check the facts. They were too blind, Man, I heard not body dysmorphia, but they picked at superficial things about you to try and get you in your head. Yeah, exactly. 2 of Swords, to get you in your head, so you wouldn't know how to move. 2, 3. Oh, there's the 1. With this betrayal energy. 5 of Swords. Now all the swords are coming out to get you stuck in your head, not knowing where your new beginning is, where your new horizon is. Again, more swords. Tower. Justice. For a King of Swords in reverse. Somebody very aggressive with their words. There might be somebody escaping some kind of obstacle or lack mindset and moving away. Ooh, healing their inner child, or possibly this is just somebody from your past. You did something alone. You answered the call alone. You did something alone. Wounded warrior energy. You might have healed your Chiron placement by yourself, and now you're making plans to explore and expand. Yeah, and collaborate. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. Trusting spirit to guide you to the people that are like, hey, we don't care. We don't care. You want to do art naked? You want to dance around naked? We got you. You're wanting spirit to just flow through you? We got you. You got futuristic ideas? Let's get them down. Let's get them manifested. Let's meditate on this stuff. How we changing the world today, covertly. Ten of Pentacles. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I mean, all the Pentacles. The Hermit, the Five of Wands. You know how to go within and see the conflict within yourself, because others are a reflection of yourself. So you check in with yourself, and then you're able to know exactly what is projection and what is unhealed within yourself. Absolutely beautiful. Ten of Pentacles here. You listen to your ancestors. You're accumulating a lot of energy that's about to show in the 3D. Three of Cups energy. Again, soul, family, ancestors. They're celebrating you. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I told you, these Pentacles, your independence is going to show. And it's like, it can easily come and go. Easy come, easy go. Like, you know how to detach from things and be like, all right, Spirit, tell me when to walk away. We're going on to the next mission. I'm never alone. Nine of Wands in reverse. You're never alone through any kind of illusion. You're put in those places so you can break out of it, because you are so freaking smart and discerning. You're a warrior of God. What did I just say? Come through. Come through, ancestors, Spirit, Mother Gaia, Father Sky. You're an earth angel, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. You know how to alchemize those cups. Look at this. She's looking at all the cups, right? She just picks two and then just starts. And then knows how to give them out as gifts. So you like take this energy, you just know when to walk away emotionally, just completely disconnect. And then you're like, all right, this is what was going on. We're going to take this, we're going to take this, we're going to mix it. And then we're going to create something positive. We're going to create something positive and give it out. Yeah, nine of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, I can't. Judgment, because you know how to answer the call, you know how to listen to Spirit, you know how to heal. You know the path. You know the right choices. You know how to work with Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Sandalphon, Metatron, Angel, Jophiel. You know how to call upon these energies, what they're associated with, the chakras. You know how to call out these energies, know when they're in balance, checking yourself, centering yourself, and it's showing. Yep, because you're closing out cycles like nobody else has done. People's stability is rocking. I should probably pull from the Starseed Oracle, because I did bring it out for a reason. Look at all these crows. Hi, you gorgeous things, you. Confirmation. I don't know if that flipped out in the reverse. Hi. I don't know if you guys can see it. You've manifested some kind of protection, and Spirit just wants you to keep focusing on yourself, because it's like they got your back. They got your back. Totally flipped out in a weird way, but all right, I think I'm done with the tarot. I love that deck. I feel very connected to this deck. It's been a while because I just found it in the back of my closet and I was like, yay! So MW could be very significant for you. Our inverted letters. All right. So, Starseed Oracle. The great severing. I'm telling you, man. There is some kind of great severing. And it's like, when you were finally like, I ain't looking around no more. When I look up and I see a hot person, I'm not going to immediately ask if that's my person. It's like you're giving up on that. And by doing that, you're opening the road for it to actually happen. So congratulations. Jump in. And the great severing still wanted to pop out. So Andromedian energy, adventure, say yes to change. You're jumping within the eye. You could be seeing the all-seeing eye. And then we have Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. What I say, softening. Softening the eye, softening to love. Realizing you're protected and you will be guided and led to wherever Spirit needs you. Also, check your Mars placement and where it is in your natal chart. That's very significant. I believe there's a transit or something, or a square or a trine. I don't know. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Always. You're always going to be put back on your feet. It doesn't matter. When you lose something, you gain even more back. And if you didn't in the past, the frequency has changed and the circuits have been flipped, okay? So it's not going to be like it was before, like the last time this was tried. And I know that's hard to hear, but it's the confidence and intention and just the knowing. Just you and spirit, man. You got this. Surrender to the sweetness. Oh my God. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So soften to love, because you have this Mars and this Venus energy. I don't know if there's a conjunction or something coming up. Apologies for that. Oh God. Okay. Jump in, or which one? Okay. Surrender to the sweetness. 112 to be significant. This is a sensual, high, feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life. To let the ever-abundant female or feminine take over. To taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow. What did I say? Those pentacles. That long investment with the Seven of Pentacles. To taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow. Oh my God. To let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder. Again, senses, doing things with the body, getting out of the mind. To get intoxicated on this simple bounty that this planet has to offer, and which you have within you when your well is full. Oh my God, somebody's like feels sustained by just being, like I was saying, disconnecting, just being within yourself and the earth, the planet, like knowing that you will always be cared for, no matter what others are projecting at you or trying to convince you of. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been at work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Absolutely, that's what I've been talking about. I'm like, what was the whole reason? Like, why do we get jobs? Why do we do all this? For our children, right? That's what I was raised to remember or to believe. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focusing on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? So you're really being it's so difficult after like a lifetime of go, 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 do, do, do. And when you're being asked to just sit back and receive and call it in. Think of where you want to be, like already having the money. Like people say, oh, I want this job because I want the money, but what do you want the money for? Because you actually want to go travel the world, right? So why do you really want to work? What if you didn't have to work? What if you could have the money and then go travel the world? Now, if you're wanting to be seen, by all means, do the job, do the work, but you can also be of service while traveling. And just being guided and going where spirit wants you to go, and knowing that you're always going to be taken care of and provided for, especially in tough times. And sometimes it's not comfortable, you know, and we might have to lose or say goodbye to every single thing that we own. Every situation is going to be different. That's usually in the very traumatic level, like from a lower frequency, when we're manifesting and calling something in because we're in a lot of despair. But if you're manifesting and calling things in because you know of your true power, you know what you're capable of, then it's going to come in a much different way. And I think for a lot of us, it's almost like we're scared of our power because we've manifested things in the past that we weren't even fully conscious of. And it's like our subconscious, the ego wants to protect us. I'm like, whoa, 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 we know what happened last time. We're going to keep you protected from that. And then you're like, I don't even know what's going on. And it just causes all this confusion. So longing for home, homesick for the stars. Yeah. You're like, Source, can I get another jolt from you? Hey. Getting high on spirit. High on our own energy, our own authentic energy, right? Hey. The bird knows what I'm talking about. All right, before I go, Spirit did highlight something with that Ishtar. Okay, it's Hathor, but still, September 17th, Hathor, Saint Sophia, and the Martyr Day. And the moon will be in Leo. So that's something to look for. And that's on Wednesday, Odin's Day. I don't know. There's something about that. 17, healing, star. It pulled my attention. Also, September 2nd is the day of Osiris. And again, this is according to Doc Solomon's occult calendar. So I think it was only $6. Got some really useful information and holidays that they don't usually tell us about and that I couldn't find anywhere else. So anyway, I love you. The universe loves you. Everything's working out for your best and your highest good. And thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. I love hearing from you guys. You guys have really spruced me up recently and helped me, gain some more belief in myself. So I really, really appreciate you and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Until next time, guys.